If you're like me, you're tired of the same old stories about the American Revolution.
Enough about George already. We want to hear from someone else, like
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross.
Finally, the woman who sewed the first American flag tells all about the stitch heard around the world.
And now, everybody, here she is, the seamstress of the Revolution,
The Empress of Embroidering,
the Sultan of the Saddle Stitch,
the Guru of Needlework,
Betsy Ross.
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how your sewing helped us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how you tailored food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the one how you saved George. Tell us how you knitted muskets.
I felt it was my duty.
And then crocheted a cannon.
Oh, that one was a beauty. And it sparkled.
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how your sewing helped us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. How you stitched the revolution.
You know, I'm double jointed.
You sewed the Constitution.
Know that I needle pointed. And didn't it come out fine?
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you tailored food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the one how you say shooby-dooby, shooby-doo, shoo, shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo.
Can you tell us more about the American Revolution again, Betsy?
Oh my, it's been so many years.
Please.
Okay, well, a good place to start would be when England defeated France and Spain in a long war.
My dad told me about that. The colonists helped the British defeat the French here in America in 1763.
Yes, but the French and Indian War was just a small part of a much bigger conflict, a patch in the quilt of politics. England became the leading power in the world. How King George III gloated.
Tremendous news, Your Majesty. We've won the 7 Years' War.
Well, it's about time. We've been fighting for, how many years now?
7.
That's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Yes, my lord. Our victory has been especially beneficial prospects of America.
America? How splendid. Did we get any of those fur hats? You can't beat America for fur hats.
Even better, Your Majesty.
Better than fur hats. You don't mean for sunglasses.
Your Majesty, we've driven the French out of most of America. The entire North is ours, as well as Florida and everything east of the Mississippi. Our empire has never been bigger. We rule the seas. Our colonies are rich and well organized. England is the most powerful country in the world.
In other words,
That's right, Your Majesty. You demand.
who demand?
You demand.
Who demand?
You demand.
Rootin' tootin' right, I'm demand.
We spanked old Spain. We flogged old French. We whipped the world. Yeah, we're a mensch. The colonies, our greatest joy. Hey, America, our favorite toy. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. And it's great to be an empire. Nobody
an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. Now we're in debt, up to our knees. Where do we turn? The colonies. They fought with us to win the war. Hey, and now they know what they fought for. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. And it's great to be an empire. Nobody can refuse. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays.
What do they mean it pays? Does being an empire come with a salary and retirement plan and stuff like that?
Even better. England was in debt for over 140 million pounds.
140 million pounds? Wow, like you'd have to die for months to lose all that.
Pounds as in English money, dear. King George and Parliament figured the colonies could help. They passed a series of acts or taxes. By 1767, those colonists were not happy.
Mr. Otis, what's the latest?
John Adams, I'm glad I ran into you. It's another British outrage. They've passed the Townshend Acts, which import duties on just about everything.
You're right. I didn't think it could get any worse. We already had the Hat Act, the Wool Act, the Iron Act, the Currency Act, and the Sugar Act.
I know it. The British just can't get their acts together.
Remember the Stamp Act?
Yeah, a direct tax on everything we printed, from cards to calendars.
I love what you said. What was it? Taxation without representation is exploitation?
Tyranny.
What?
Taxation without representation is tyranny.
You did? It doesn't really rhyme, though, does it?
It's not supposed to rhyme. It's an aphorism.
But all the good ones rhyme. Take Ben Franklin's maxims. He that goes a-borrowing goes a-sorrowing. Little strokes fell great oaks. Plow deep while sluggards sleep.
Okay, I get it. The point is the British are not treating us as equals but as subjects. They've prohibited us from sailing beyond the applications and even have started enforcing the navigation laws, so all commerce between England and here must be by British vessels.
You're right. This has got to stop. They're taxing my coffee, my paper, my wine. They're paying for theirs with what ought to be mine. They're taxing my glass, everything I see. They call them levies. They feel like a tax to me. They're taxing my sugar, they're taxing my pain. I don't think there's nothing that I got they own. They're taxing my tax and adding on a fee. They call them duties. They feel like a tax to me. Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight. La 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 la. Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight. La 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 la. The Hat Act, the Wool Act, the Iron Act too. The Townshend Acts, Greenville Acts, what can we do? So what else is left? They wouldn't touch my tea. They
guess you mean.
Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight. La 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 la. Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight. La 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 la.
This is the last straw, my fellow Bostonians!
You tell them, Sam.
Did we fight the Townsend Act? We refused to keep importing English goods and paying our duties. And what did they do?
They sent warships into our harbor.
And did we relent?
Never!
What about the Boston Massacre?
Right, the British shot and killed 3 unarmed colonists.
And did we give up?
Never!
And finally, they had to repeal in 1770.
Yes.
Right.
Now, 3 years later, they've passed the Tea Act. Are we going to keep paying tax on our tea?
Never.
They shipped 500,000 pounds of tea into the harbor, driving down the price. Are we going to buy it?
Yes. Come on, Mr. Adams. We've got to have a spot of tea.
I mean, we're only human.
And the prices are so low.
Yeah, I know, right?
Listen to me. Today it's tea. Tomorrow it's sugar. The next day it's the nice bunny slippers that keep your feet so cozy in winter.
Not our slippers.
Yes, your slippers. Are we going to keep letting the British kick us around? It's time for action.
Right.
It's time to stop calling soccer football.
Right.
It's time to drive on the right-hand side of the road.
Right.
It's time we dress up as natives and dump those 342 chests of tea into the harbor.
Right.
Down, 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 just dump it off the boat. Down, 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 let's see if it can float. Down, 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 it's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Trouble's brewing for the crown. Tell them all in London town. London town. All their lovely tea just drowned. Send some more. It's going down. Send some more. It's going down. Send some more. It's going down. Down, down, down. Just dump it off the boat. Down, down, down. Let's see if it can float. Down, down, down. It's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea.
I can't believe the colonists destroyed all that tea.
Yes, in Maryland, they burnt an entire ship, the tea, and all the rest of the cargo.
King George must have been mad.
Oh, the English were really getting their threads entangled. They closed the Boston Harbor, put restrictions on town meetings, and moved the trials for officials who killed colonists from America to England. John Jay, you look like you're about to bust a stitch.
Well, I was trying to knit a sweater for my Dutch, and something's gone terribly wrong.
Oh my, let me take a look at that.
But Betsy, what did we do after the British shut Boston Harbor?
Why, we called the First Continental Congress. Were you there, Mr. J? Sure was. 55 men gathered, including John, Sam Adams, George Washington, and Patrick Henry.
I know not. 1 second. Can I go to the bathroom?
Was that Patrick Henry?
Don't encourage him, dears, otherwise he'll just keep doing it.
Did all colonists want independence?
Well, at that point, most of us just wanted the legislations repealed. We called for a complete boycott of all the British goods. But when our petitions were rejected, we began to collect muskets.
And that's when they sent troops into Boston to seize weapons and arrest colonial leaders, right?
And thus, the famous ride of Paul Revere.
Paul Revere, sweet boy. I think I darned a horse for him once.
The redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming.
Calm down, Paul. It's nearly midnight. You wake up the kids.
We're awake. The redcoats are coming.
Sit down, children. Your father's a bit nervous.
Of course I'm nervous. The British are coming out of Boston to arrest our colonial leaders and take all our weapons and supplies.
Are they coming by land or by sea?
I don't remember. I think it's 2 lanterns by land, 1 by sea. Or is it 1 by land, 2 by sea? I think 3 means they're coming by blimp.
Take it easy. You need to warn the people of Lexington and Concord.
Yes, I must go at once.
Ride and warn John Hancock. Alert Sam Adams too. The British will arrest them. Their fate is up to you.
Hurry, Paul, dear, hurry. Do not stop to chat. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my hat.
Ride on Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Lexington is waiting. They must hear the news. The redcoats are advancing. There's time to lose.
Tell the Minutemen there they must take a stance. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my pants.
Ride on Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Then ride out to Concord. Warn them all once more. The redcoats want our weapons that we've kept in store.
Tell all the militia they must come in force. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my horse.
Ride on Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere.
Hear ye, hear ye. On this day, July 4th, 1776, the Second Continental Congress is now in session in Philadelphia.
I know.
The Honorable John Hancock presiding.
Thomas Jefferson. Where's John Hancock?
Robin, I sent him out to get some coffee cake.
Coffee cake.
Of course. What's a Continental Congress without a continental breakfast?
I heartily agree, Tom, but we already have a very nice selection of coffee, juices, and those delicious individually wrapped danishes.
True, but I thought you needed something to do this morning.
He'd been acting strange since we voted to endorse the Declaration of Independence.
A brilliant document, Tom. And now we must all hang together, or assuredly we will all hang separately.
It's been over a year since the first shots were fired between us and the British. A month later, we elected George Washington to head the Continental Army. Since then, we've unofficially been at war.
King George has rejected all efforts at reconciliation.
Tom Paine puts it nicely when he states, "These are the times that try men's souls."
Yes, that was well put. It doesn't rhyme, though, does it?
What?
I think my own maxims always stick better with the cute rhyme. Like this. Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore. See how it flows?
Sure, Ben.
Or what about this one? Here Skug lies, snug as a bug in a rug.
What exactly does that mean?
That's not the point. I've got 4 rhyming words out of 10. That's a 40% rhyme rate. Look at these British poets, Shakespeare and Pope. They've got a 10, maybe 15% rhyme rate max.
That's great, Ben.
Great? It's crucial. The British may have more power. They may have more money, experience, and better trained soldiers. But America has the rhymes. Victory will be ours.
Oh. Here comes John Hancock.
Where is it? Where is it?
What are you looking for?
The Declaration of Independence.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
You bet. Where is it?
Right here in Tom's head. He wrote it. Tom, recite that part about the self-evident truths again.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They were endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, that's great. But where is it? The parchment itself. I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to sign it, of course.
John, I told you this morning, the final document won't be ready to sign for another month or so.
But I'm ready now. I've been practicing. I don't have Franklin's eloquence. I don't have Tom Paine's common sense. But man, my signature's intense. Tom, where do I sign? George Washington and all his staff may fight real hard on our behalf, but you should see my autograph. Tom, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
He's practicing on all the walls, on tablecloths and bathroom stalls. Good thing we don't yet have baseballs.
Tom, where do I sign?
He on the clock. He signed my head.
He signed my sock.
No, you can't stop my John Hancock. Tom, where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
Did the colonists really think they could defeat the British Empire?
Well, we definitely had some disadvantages.
I'll say there was no real unity. The colonists distrusted each other.
There is no central authority to raise money through taxes.
The army was hard to organize and nearly impossible to keep together.
And don't forget, probably no more than 1/3 of the colonists even wanted independence all that much.
And there are hundreds of thousands who remain loyal to England.
Well, the British soldiers were 3,000 miles away from home and had a huge area to try to control.
And they had second-rate generals.
While the colonists had George Washington, who turned out to be a fantastic leader.
And don't forget the French. They're always ready to help anyone who might hurt England.
But you're forgetting one of the biggest advantages.
I was wondering when you'd remember.
What?
My flag, of course. I tried to talk them into a red, white, and blue armchair with a matching ottoman, but they said their budget was limited to a flag.
Oh, your flag was wonderful, but I was thinking about how the colonists fought dirty.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I didn't mean it in that way. I meant they were literally dirty. They blended in with the scenery.
I tell you, it ain't fair. They should come out and fight like we do.
Yeah, instead of sneaking around those fur caps and deerskin coats all quiet like, came and see 'em. It ain't fair.
Well, look at us, all polished up, bright and red. They could see us coming from miles away.
Exactly.
That's the proper way to fight.
Exactly. We were turned to be shot and shot at, gently, not skulking around.
Well, I'm on to them. You won't find the Minutemen sneaking up on me. No siree.
It connects like the music and stuff to the speakers and stuff. Oh, okay.
It only does this at the performance and never
Ah.
does it at tag.
Liam only has to go to the bathroom.
There we go.
In the brush, on the ground, we are here all around. In a stream, in a tree. Bet you can't find me, boys. Bet you can't find me. Bet you can't find me. In the leaves, under roots, in your tent, in your boots, over here, in your tea. Bet you can't find me, boys. Bet you can't find me. Bet you can't find me. Brown, brown, oh, brown looks good on me. It's the color of the free. Brown, brown, oh, brown looks good on me. It's the color of the free. What's that bump neath the rock? What's that lump in your sock? What's that itch on your knee? Bet you can't find me, boys. Bet you can't find me. Bet you can't find me. Bet you can't find me. Good
Good evening, folks, and welcome again to the American History Channel's Home Shopping Network. Alice, what do we have for our shoppers tonight?
Bert, tonight we got memorabilia from the American Revolutionary War.
Excellent. Well, let's get right to it. We've got over 6 years of war to choose from, with fighting in every colony and born in a dozen important battles.
Our first item is number J57, a boot that belonged to John Burgoyne, a British general who lost the Battle of Saratoga.
His boot? Wow. I'm guessing we don't have many of those left.
Just 2. They came from the famous battle in 1777 that gave the colonists a badly needed boost.
Smell that, Alice.
What?
Go on, take a whiff. You know what that smells like, Alice?
Like a really, really old boot?
No, it smells like victory. And you too can go grab your victory from defeat by phoning us right now to purchase John Burgoyne's shoe. Victory from defeat? Defeat? Get it? Defeat? Don't get it? Come on. So what's that lovely item over there, Alice?
This is B-65, a snowball from Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, where George Washington and his troops were forced to spend a devastating winter.
These things are going out fast, folks.
We sold out in just under 15 minutes last time we offered this unbelievable try-me price.
Just one per customer, please.
We just have a few minutes before our entire stock melts under these studio lights.
And we've got a satisfied customer on the phone. Hi there. Who are you? Where are you calling from? And tell us just how much you love your snowball.
Hello? Hello? Am I on the air?
You sure are.
I am Comte Rochambeau. I am from France.
How wonderful. General Rochambeau arrived from France in 1780 with over 6,000 troops to aid the colonists. French help was decisive in winning the war.
Rochambeau, did you say? Didn't you invent chocolate eclairs?
No, I was a commander of the French troops in Yorktown alongside George Washington. I thought your viewers should know.
Great. So, how do you like your snowball? You probably serve it with some fancy French sauce, am I right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a general, not a chef.
Oh, those French cooks. So modest.
Our next incredible item is being brought to you right now by John Paul Jones.
Hi, Alice. I helped the American Navy get sea legs and even defeated a number of British ships off the coast of England.
So, what's that you've got there?
This is a button from the coat that British General Cornwallis was wearing when he surrendered to George Washington and our French allies of Yorktown in 1781. It's a lovely brass finish and oven safe.
Amazing. Hold it up so our viewers can get a good look at it. Benedict Arnold, get that vacuum trader.
I guess that will do it for us too, folks, and good night.
And stay tuned. Next up on the American History Channel, our newest documentary, Grover Cleveland, Man, Myth, City, or Sesame Street Puppet.
What did we do after the British surrendered, Mr. J?
I went to go help Ben Franklin and John Adams work out the Treaty of Paris in 1783. The British conceded all the land from the Mississippi River to the Atlantic Ocean, from Spanish Florida to the Great Lakes.
That was great.
Well, it was complicated. The Articles of Confederation, which had been the basis for central government, intentionally gave little power to Congress.
Couldn't they do anything?
Not much. We did pass the Northwest Ordinance, which provided eventual incorporation of new states off Mississippi and Ohio rivers.
Wow,
and I macrameed the Liberty Bell.
Now, Betsy, you've got to stop exaggerating.
Dropped a little stitch on the seam, though. Nasty little crack opened up. I think a few pleats would have helped.
Betsy, you know that...
Shh! Let's listen to the clerk.
Hear ye, hear
hear. On this day, July 16th, 1787, the Constitutional Convention is now in session in Philadelphia. The Honorable George Washington presiding. Good afternoon, Mr. Madison.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon. James, we need to talk.
Yes, we do, Alexander. Look out, it's Aaron Burr. Just joking. I love doing that.
That's not funny.
Lighten up a little, Alexander. We've made great progress. We have 3 branches of government, the legislative, executive, and judiciary that will check and balance each other.
Yes, a wonderful plan. But there are even more important matters.
What's on your mind, Alexander?
You know I favor a strong central bank, and now I'm faced with a huge decision.
What is it?
Which do you think looks more impressive, my left profile or my right?
What?
When we start printing money, I'm just dying to get my picture on one of those bills. Personally, I think my left side makes me look taller. What do you think?
This is not exactly what I meant by lining up, Alexander.
We big states are not going to share equally with you little states.
Yeah, well, we're not going to settle for proportional representation in both houses of Congress. We're just as important as you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Big states rule, we have lots of votes. Big states rule, we have lots of votes. Big states rule, we deserve the best. Little states can scramble for the rest. Little states can scramble for the rest. Georgia really needs to grow. New Hampshire's just a lump of snow. A lump of snow. I lost Rhode Island in my hair. I stubbed my toe. On Delaware, I stubbed my toe. On Delaware, I stubbed my toe. On Delaware, small states rule. We deserve our share. Small states rule. We deserve our fair. Small states rule. We should be preferred. Big states sound a lot like George III. Big states sound a lot like George III. Pennsylvania's grown too fat. Virginia's an aristocrat. Aristocrat. Massachusetts ain't so nice. New York, New York. I hate it twice. New York, New York. I hate it twice. New York, New York. I hate it twice. Big states rule. We have lots of votes. Small states rule. We deserve our share. Big states rule. We deserve the best. The Constitution has to pass the test. The Constitution has to pass the test.
Hear ye, hear ye.
So that's why we now have one legislative body, the House, that has proportional representation. That is, bigger states have more congressmen.
And the other house, the Senate, gives the same number of representatives to each state, no matter how many people live there.
That's right. Like so much else in our Constitution, it was a compromise.
Like deciding to count a slave as 3/5 of a person.
We weren't perfect, Betsy. I know it. But we did stop the slave trade 20 years later.
Altogether, it was a beautifully stitched document.
Did everyone like the Constitution?
Oh no. Some people thought the central government had too much authority. Others thought the states had too much power. I wrote some of the Federalist Papers to help people vote for it.
Did it work?
Well, it took a while. We had to promise a Bill of Rights would be added. The Constitution was officially adopted on June 21st, 1788.
Wow, that first election must have been something.
It was. The House of Representatives were elected directly by the citizens of each state. The senators were elected by the legislators of each state. So on April 30th, 1789, George Washington was sworn in as President of the United States in the temporary capital of New York.
Wow, what a great story.
As my friend Ben Franklin once said, our Constitution is an actual operation. Everything appears to be a promise, but nothing in this world is certain but death and taxes.
I had a Franklin stove, you know. Didn't look a bit like him. Here you go, dear. All finished.
It's perfect, Betsy. I knew you could fix it. I gotta go show this to Lafayette.
The French general who fought for the colonists?
No, my dot shed.
Betsy, could you tell us the story again?
But we just finished.
Please.
Okay, well, John's a good man, but he did leave out some of the more important parts. Like when I sewed a ship for the Navy out of nothing but reeds, or when I tied together the pants of the redcoats so they couldn't run up Bunker Hill, or when I... Hello? Or when I sewed the first flag so that George Washington could win the war. I don't say so.
Such a good show. And then it gets
When I... Or when I sewed a wig for George Washington. Or when I sewed a cannon for the army.
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how your sewing helped us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you tailored through that valley forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the one how you say shooby-dooby, shooby-doo, shoo, shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo.
Wow, let's give them a big round of applause. You guys did an amazing job. I'm so proud of you. And they've learned so much about the American Revolution, and I think they'll have these facts in their heads forever after learning all of these songs. So there's a couple people to thank. First, Mr. Sanchez in the back, who has been recording this for you to watch many times at home, share with family and friends. And then Mrs. Demoterin, the great teacher who got him all ready to go and taught him all about the American Revolution. Thank you, Mrs. Demoterin. And then I think some kids have something to give to Mr. Spurgis. Oh, there you are.
We just the whole 5th grade class wants to thank Mr. Spurgis for his hard work and dedication to making this play possible.
We want to give this to him because he really put a lot of hard work into this. Could we please all get a round of applause for Mr. Spurgis? Because he always laughs like butter on toast.
All right, I think we're going to have some some group pictures, and then you guys can come up. Yes, we need a group picture. So then you get a party. party after the picture, so show us how to do it. So if you guys can like stand around just to get into a group, parents can take pictures, and then you can come and see